That's a bigger question. It's like, where is this all going? We're coming from an era where we interact with technology by clicking buttons, moving dials, putting data into forms, and hitting submit buttons. We're moving into an era of agents, and you will see this, I believe, will take over the world. And agents enable completely new ways of thinking about technology and thinking about getting work done. I think entrepreneurs need to absorb what agents are and rethink their businesses and reimagine their businesses to leverage agents. So, the question is, what's an agent? Do you want to chime in here, Anthony?
So I'll start with my definition, right? Which is, when you start by going to ChatGPT, you can ask some questions, it'll tell you some answers. It's very nice, but you can't ask it to do very much. You can't say, pay this bill, or, connect with my HubSpot to answer these customer web chats, or, customers ask for a refund, connect to Stripe to give them a refund. So agents are the next level. It's going to change everything because by being able to connect to external systems, the AI is the brains, but it can then do all of these things outside of its little world. And when it now comes to vibe coding, that means that you're going to get another 10x value add by the things that you want your app to do. If there are gateways that it can connect to third-party systems, you can build vastly more sophisticated things with very little extra effort. And that is super exciting. I mean, I can imagine a future of all these agents acting on my behalf, doing things, booking trips or doing my email or whatever it is. So that's obviously in the Jetsons view, but many of these things will be not far away. The obvious early ones are, to use agentic AI for some of your customer support. So when somebody asks something, imagine you go to an airline and you ask, can I get a refund? Well, you know what happens. The chat thing gets you to go, thanks, now call an operator. But the agentic part is when it actually connects to whatever their payment gateway is and processes that. And then you just got way more power at your disposal.
Absolutely. So, when I say agents and they're going to transform software, I'll give you an analogy. We recently built a system for an entrepreneur, and I can't tell you the exact details, but I'll tell you roughly what it is. So, this particular type of individual gets thousands of email messages per day inquiring about some resource. And the resource is a resource that's constantly negotiated, and everybody wants to negotiate their own thing. And sometimes people are credible and have the money and the wherewithal to acquire the resource. Other times they're just kicking the tires. And so individuals who do this job are overwhelmed with this inbound email. And so this founder came to me and said, hey, I want to build this system where all these people will go to this website, they'll log in, they'll create an account, they'll do these things, they'll receive a notification and all that. And so I said, hey, why don't we reimagine what you want to build here? And he was very skeptical. He didn't think it would work. He's like, no, I want to build it my way. I want a web page where somebody logs in and all that. And I convinced him to give me 3 weeks. And in 3 weeks, we built a system that basically plugs into these individuals' email and automatically scans their emails. And when it finds someone who's making an inquiry about this resource, it automatically passes that email message to an agent. And the agent negotiates with the individual for all the different terms associated with this particular resource. And the agent goes back and forth with the individual until they come to some agreement, and then it presents it and says, hey, I got a deal. Do you want to do the deal, yes or no? and the person can say yes or no. And if they say yes, then that's passed off to another agent that actually writes up the contract and does all the contracting. So we went from creating a very traditional SaaS platform where you log in and you do everything in that old style to a new way of doing things using agents that's radically more powerful and far more efficient for both sides of that transaction. So what an agent is really an autonomous software entity that has goals and gets stuff done for you. It does it for you. It doesn't ask you to go do it. You don't have to go in there and manipulate the dials and the knobs and the levers. It'll take care of it for you. It's like you get into the Tesla and you hit full self-driving and it drives you to your destination. You don't have to worry about it. That's what an agent is, and it will radically transform software and business. And if you guys start thinking in that way and incorporating it into your businesses, you're going to be the leaders of this next great wave.